And Dr. Sherry, you know, I called you about something recent that happened in Gabe and I's relationship.
That
I feel like we went back a good 25 steps. That is why I do not wear my ring.
You know, I was going to point that out.
And you ask me, why aren't you wearing your ring? Take it, pawn it. I don't want it.
No.
The symbolism is gone. When that ring was put on my finger, what it symbolized no longer applies. So I don't want it.
Gabe, do you understand what that's about?
In the middle of the night, she had a gut feeling that I was doing something that I shouldn't be doing.
Pause. Ladies, what is this thing about us where we have our gut feeling telling us that something is not right, but we still feel like before we take any kind of action, we need proof? I want us to stop that shit. We don't need any proof. That gut feeling talking to us, that's God. It's the God within us. And for me personally, I think of those intuitive spurts as a tapping on the shoulder from my grandmother, my great-grandmother, her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother, and her mother. Those feelings and voices warning us to stop, pay attention, and to steer clear should trump all else. No further proof is needed. When you can't sleep at night, you're uneasy in the person's presence, you cannot keep food down, you cannot concentrate at work, that means get rid of his ass. That's what that means. You don't need any proof. That's your proof right there. That's your proof right there. That's it. That's all you need. That's all you need. Now, I'm going to press play. And I need everybody to pay attention to what comes out of Gabe's mouth next. Pay attention to the body language, the shifting of the eyes, the stumbling over the words, and you tell me if you don't think this is when Trina found out Gabe was texting her niece, because I'm convinced something happened. It's beyond what these two are saying on the surface. And Trina Braxton, you have some explaining to do. This does not look good.
Well, was there anything on that phone that you didn't want her to see?
There were text messages between me and, well...
Other women.
Yes. Friends. There were text messages between me and, well...
Other women.
Yes. There were text messages between me and, well...
Other women.
Yes. She has guy friends. She has all the guy friends in the band. So she can have guy friends, but I can't have any women friends. You know what? I was flirting, let's just say that. I took the bait, and I shouldn't have.
So you're talking about the things that you didn't do. Did you do what a married man should have done?
No.
Okay, let's pause. That's a lot to unpack. Right out the gate, I'm going to tell you, honey, Trina covered for this man. She covered for him with the other women comment, and possibly her niece, allegedly. But Trina actively participated in the shenanigans, and I am so disappointed. If this is true, I am extremely disappointed in Trina for this bullshit. Next, Gabe. Gabe is doing the same song and dance that Ashley was doing at the beginning of this video. He started off by saying nothing happened. I was just flirting. I took the bait. See, all of that, that's cold talk. The first thing out of his mouth should have been, I was wrong, period. Plain language. Now, look at the chaos that was going on between Trina and Gabe's marriage.
By far, the messiest marriage is Trina and Gabe's.
Oh, who, me?
Trina!
Yes, darling.
Before we talk to Trina, let's have a look.
Gabe and I, we've had an up and down marriage for the past several years. Go ahead and cheat on me again. I can this time put some stank on it. How is the sex life?
I want to have sex all the time. She just doesn't want to have sex with me.
He's admitted to having an affair on me. I don't know who you've been with. I don't know where that's been.
I got your phone, and I installed some software on there. that allows for me to track everything.
Why do you do that to me, Gabe? Because you're still nasty, calm, and dirty, and low down. That's what it is. You keep checking on me because you're not doing the right thing.
Just go out and party and, you know
So
what?
is that what you're so upset about? Is because I'm gonna have fun without you? Because you had a lot of fun without me, honey.
Okay, so Trina Braxton packaged and sold this broken marriage for entertainment purposes to garner fame and make money. She put on a show. That's what I saw. But pay attention. Trina and Gabe were cheating on each other constantly, trying to one-up the other one. Oh, I did it with this person. Oh, I did it with that person. Pay attention to the back and forth, and then let's talk.
Remember that guy in the band that I told you guys about?
Yeah?
We had an oral transaction.
What are you talking about?
I on a and I tasted it, and I liked it. Well, you know what, Gabe? I just screwed somebody last night, but I'm sorry, I can't change it.
I wasn't.
He's hung like a horse. And then I caught Gabe red-handed. Gabe and some girl had cyber sex. He was off and she was doing whatever she was doing. With this random girl.
Girl, he asked you, how was the sex with the man you cheated on him with? And you told him the man was hung like a horse. And you didn't think he was going to try to up that and get you back? This is what happens when people play these games of cheating back and this is going to make me feel better. No, it's not. No, it's not. Cheating back doesn't make anybody feel better. Somebody's going to get hurt. And you just pray it's not you. Because these two, this is the way they hurt each other. But then now somebody else got involved. It's not a game to ASHLEE. The only way Gabe could have beat Trina at that game after she said that man was hung like a horse is if Gabe had went to bed with Tony or Tamar. That's the only way that he would have got Trina back, the way that she embarrassed him on national television by clowning him on his penis size. These two are fighting over who can be the biggest victim. And in the package, Trina was emphasizing, you did this with some random girl. But I would rather some random girl than my niece. Girl, what the fuck? At this point, neither one of you are the victim. You're only the victim of your own derangement. You know what? Play the rest of it.
Like, no matter what I do, Gabe is still gonna be the guiltier party.
This is all my fault.
It is. You are not the victim. I am the victim here. I just want my own life back.
Now save yourself. Yeah, baby. Done.
Trina, are you divorcing Gabe?
Gabe and I are no longer living together in the same home.
Ooh, you got the Holy Ghost.
Are you still communicating with one another?
We still communicate. We still raise the boys together.
Okay, cut. This brings me to my final point. Trina says she filed for divorce, and her and Gabe were separated at the time that the reunion was being filmed. Okay, this is the first season 1 reunion, so that's how long ago this was. But then she said her and Gabe were still co-parenting her sons together. And people always use the kids as a goddamn excuse. Now remember, these are not Gabe's biological children. These are 2 children whom Trina had with 2 other men prior to meeting Gabe. And no sense. Now take a look at this clip from Y'all Fix My Life. Because this is where Trina's sons enter the chat and describe some of their experiences while growing up. So I'm going to play this clip, and then I have a few questions.
And what about you? What is your relationship like now with Gabe?
No,
Don't have one.
not at all.
Do you want one? And the reasons why is because...
How he treated our mother?
So from your perspective, how does he treat your mother?
Girl, please. Listen, I'm going to press play, but it always baffles me how people think they are hiding things from their kids who sleep down the hall from them. Your kids know more about what's going on under your roof than you do sometimes. And I don't know why people don't realize that. So I really don't like the fact that Yana was trying to play in this young man's face. I did not like that at all. I mean, just her body language. I mean, I'm going to press play and then let's talk about it.
There's definitely an impact today from how he was to her back then. Like, her self-esteem is terrible because of what happened with him.
You think so?
I know so.
Oh.
See? Pause. There she goes again. Why wouldn't Trina's son know that his own mother has low self-esteem? Why wouldn't he know that? The boy has 2 eyes to see. They live together. And come on, let's use our common sense. What person with high self-esteem will allow themselves to be cheated on over and over again, not only just in private, but in public, and then to top it off, on television? It's on television. If you truly believed in your heart that you deserve to be treated right, it's no way that you would ever stay in a marriage like that. I say what the fuck you say. Gabe was trash, and Caleb saw it. Caleb recognized it from the gate. Okay? Caleb is talking too real and too right. Caleb, keep on talking.
Okay.
It's been told to us.
By who?
By her.
Really?
Where there was a time of depression when she would stress eat. And now she's very self-conscious about the way she looks. And I remember one thing that she said about her current relationship. She told him that she didn't think he loved her as much as she said he did, just because no one could love anyone that looks the way that she does. That's what she said to me.
Yipes.
Yeah.
What in the hell was going on between you that these 2 young men show up here today in this shape? Do you have any idea what I'm talking about? Because either you lying or you confused.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
You have no idea how disconnected and enraged Caleb is. These 2 young men weren't raised. You chasing fame and you chasing ass.
All right, here we go. Call it out, Yanla. Call it out. They have their kids on autopilot. Then they have all these other people's kids sleeping over at the house and nobody's watching. It's negligence.
Are you aware that he has not liked him since you brought him in the door?
No.
Why don't you know?
The words that you're saying and seeing them at home is totally contradictory. I'm not dismissing his feelings at all.
He don't have no feelings. He shut them off a long time ago, just like you and you. You, who took care of your children and didn't even have his own. And for that boy to sit in my face and tell me he hates him, that's on you, not on him.
Yeah, Trina, you need to be ashamed of yourself for subjecting your sons to chaos because you didn't love your kids enough to raise them by yourself. As mothers, we have to stop bringing these men around our children. We have to stop letting our kids go to other family members' house for sleepovers with men who are wayward, low down, and addicted to sex. Period. Stop sending your damn kids over these family members' houses knowing that the men, they are out of control sexually. They're out of control. Because if something were to happen to your children in the care of a family member like Trina, Trina won't stand up for your kids. She couldn't even stand up for herself. Remember, there's a scene that I saw. Trina was in New York with Evelyn. And she was crying over Gabe, saying that she felt so humiliated because the woman recorded Gabe having cyber sex. She posted the webcam video on social media. And Trina was just so distraught she didn't know what to do. And if you're that distraught over somebody who you caught red-handed having cyber sex and you have the video proof and you still don't know what to do, how can I, as a mom, trust you as another mom with my child in your care to defend my child against your husband when you can't even defend yourself against your husband? Play the clip.
This is a doozy right here, mommy. It's a doozy right here. It was really embarrassing for me to have a conversation with my mom about Gabe's infidelity again. because I feel like I kept giving him chance after chance after chance. He's like, oh, I'm not gonna hurt you no more, Trina. But this random girl on a social network, oh God, she wasn't even pretty. I mean, it's insulting. I'm so humiliated. I'm so humiliated. I think it's also amazing, you know, the people in the world that want to see your life fall apart.
Yeah, there are people like that.
Why would you want that?
Because they have a bad spirit. They have an evil spirit. And they have no love in their hearts. But know this, he have humiliated himself.
Now, Trina. Oh, Trina. Your mother was a damn fool for sitting there and letting you believe that people in the world have no love in their hearts and they just hating on your relationship, when as your mother and a pastor, she should have been telling you to stop looking for love and validation from the outside world and to look to God and love yourself. Find peace from within. That's what your mother should have told you. I say what you say.
Did you talk to him about it?
Yes, I did. He said he was sorry.
I think he has a sickness.
Yeah, he has to go through extensive counseling.
Yes, you gotta be strong and do what you need to do. Remember I said after you have exhausted all of your means, then you can walk away knowing that I did and I've done the best that I can do. You can't do no more. You've done it all. Now save yourself.
Evelyn said he has a sickness. And Trina says he needs counseling. If this man requires all of these things, he has this sickness, he needs counseling, why the hell? This is fucked up. Because even after all of that, Trina got back together with Gabe after the divorce. And if I'm not mistaken, that was Ashley's whole point in the beginning of her video. You would not speak to me all for the sake of him and you would still be with him. I'm beginning to see Ashley's point more clear now as I go back and watch these old videos with Trina and Gabe. I see it now. And furthermore, what is dawning on me now is when Gabe got cancer and died, because we all know that Gabe is no longer with us. He passed away. And Trina tried to push this man on top of the family yet again. And I can see why ASHLEE would be in her feelings about that to this day. And I'll take it a step further. Now I can see why Trina's new husband was just as dazed and confused by Trina still grieving over Gabe after he died. Oh, Trina, this is beyond. You need some real friends, girl. Yes, you do.
Gabe has been diagnosed with stage 4 cancer.
Stage 4 cancer where?
Kidney.
Oh my God.
About 3 weeks ago, he peed blood. He was in urgent care, and the next day he went to the urologist.
How does that make you feel?
I don't know. I think I'm still processing. But the reality of the situation is, we as sisters, it just made me feel like this life is so short. We act so
Pause. Look at that. Look. Trina said Gabe had cancer and he was dying, and not one of those sisters ran over to hug, console, or pray with Trina. Remember, this is a family of Christians. They all grew up praying and singing gospel music. They grew up in the church. Most families, most black families that grew up in the church, soon as something like this, oh baby, no, we about to join hands. We're about to call out to God. We're about to ask for some mercy. We're about to ask for strength to get us through this challenging time. Not one of them moved a fucking muscle. Trina is on the verge of tears. Tawanda didn't get up. Tamar was just sitting there with her mouth open, asking questions. Tracy didn't offer any empathy. I mean, and not that I blame them. I don't want anybody to get it twisted. But they kept flashing over to Tawanda's face. Tawanda didn't give a damn. Y'all saw, go back and rewind it if you missed it. Okay? I understand those expressions now. It makes more sense. Now we know why. Meanwhile, in Spain, Ashley is going through counseling, still trying to unpack and heal and get herself together so that she can be a wife someday, so that she can be a mother. The girl mentioned in the live, hey, if I'm going to be somebody's mother, I don't want to do what my mother did to me. I don't want to do what my aunts did to me. I'm Team Ashley on this.
Everybody who has experienced this sort of feeling when your family doesn't believe you, or when you're at an age where you shouldn't have been put in that situation to have to navigate it. And however you navigate it was however you navigated it. And this is what I learned in therapy, is like how I navigated it and how I dealt with it was how I dealt with it. But the most important thing to understand is that I never should have been put in that spot in the first place. And I think that's the devastating part, is that you realize that you didn't ask for that. You know, I did not ask for that. No matter what, I didn't ask for that.
You're so right, baby girl. You're so right. How you navigated that situation is how you navigated it, and you will be all right. You were 16 years old, but you're 32 now. Just stay away from those aunts. Stay away from your father and your grandparents. Girl, be like Tony. You got to be like Tony, because Tony doesn't fool with them either. Ashley, hopefully somebody will get this video to you. Hopefully you don't think I'm being too harsh, but I have to say this to you. You deserve better than this. Whatever you lack, God will provide. Whatever you seek, God is already gifting it to you. It's already on its way. Your wishes will be fulfilled. You just have to carry that strength and be steady. Stay the course. Never waver. Don't give up. Stay true to what is just and right. And you keep speaking up for your sister, Lauren, and your auntie, Tracy. You're being used as a messenger because so many things in this family has been kept secret. And when things are kept secret, it kills you from the inside. Ashley, you're going to help so many other people, and you've even helped me tonight through watching this video, through just hearing your story, because there's some instances I can totally relate to you. There are some similarities in our lives. Some events that have happened are completely parallel. You have helped me, okay? So I know you're going to help somebody else. And I hope this video helps someone else. And I think we have to abandon this taboo of sticking close to family just because they are family. Sometimes it's the ones we love the most that we have to stay so far away from. Cut them off like Tony.
Although I love my family, most of the time I don't like my family. Everyone in my family.
Take a breath.
Everybody. I feel like I'm angry at everybody in my family. I don't like my family. If they weren't my family, it wouldn't be my friends.